You coming with me, Rex? Come on. What's up? How does he get an egg? Somehow the chicken laid an egg on top and it dropped down into his cage. How do you get eggs in his cage? He's got eggs in his cage. I gotta bring some chicken feed over to the greenhouse. I got some chickens in there. Nice lemon drops. This is a Paulista that I planted by my house. It looked really bad for many years, like it was dying. Now it seems to be coming out of it. And then this is Plania rivularis, which the heat really makes it die back. If we get too hot, this new growth will just get burned up real bad. I'd imagine this should flower someday. Someday soon it should flower, but we're not there yet. Plania rivularis. Grows down by the riverside. Okay. I need to graft some trees real quick. What's up, cool Kuj C? How you doing? Get some of that feed. We're making our way over to the greenhouse. Rex is coming. Come on. I'm expecting some fertilizer to show up. I ordered some of that kelp for less. Kelp 4, like the number 4 less.com has a super triple phosphate that's organic. And I get that ordered. So it's supposed to be on the way. I'll use that on some of the plants out here. It's just a beautiful day. We're just cruising. We're about to wander over to the greenhouse, take some cuttings, do some grafts, try to minimize the sunlight in our eyes. I just can't see, it's so bright. Good afternoon, Asher. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here, Asher. Pleasure to have you. A nice little, what do you call that? Pichanga. It's got some kind of bug on it. Look at that there. What do you call that? Looks like some crane flies, maybe. Yep. A couple crane flies were on it there and they flew away. So let's go check on the birds. I'll leave a couple chickens in this greenhouse. It's better than them being in the cage. All the other chickens kicked their ass. So I put them in the cage, in the greenhouse. Thanks for the heads up on the buddy tape. Oh, good. He's the cheapest place to get it, man, Bell. He's always done me right. It's where I got mine from for the past 4 or 5 years, I guess. It's been a while. I've been getting them from a minute. Come on, Rex. This door is locked up. Something's messing up with that door. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hot in here. Let's see how the chickens react to the feed. They like to lay eggs in here. This chicken's laying eggs probably over here. She runs from everything, this stupid ass chicken here. Here's some feed, y'all. See what you can do to that. They don't even care about the feed. What up, PJ? How you doing? They're starting to eat. We'll leave them alone for a minute, let them settle in. Some good Jaboticaba. And you know, I'm really happy the chickens in the greenhouse haven't really been stealing it or picking at it early. Sometimes the chickens will pick at it early and just knock it off. But these are some well-behaved chickens because so far they've left it alone. I don't see any, well, okay. There's one that looks like they pecked at it. Looking good. Yeah, most of these look real good. This tree's got a nice crop. I'm gonna plant all these seeds. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, PJ. Easy to grow. Just keep them humid. Don't let them get too hot. And feed them every once and again, but not too much for nitrogen at once. This had a nice crop on it and then we picked it. Oh, this has got a nice crop here. Yeah, nice little. My red said a bunch of fruits. I just gotta stay on top of watering. That's right. If you don't water, they'll give you trouble. This is a Garcinia gardneriana. It's flowered, but it hasn't set fruit. I got some more flowers on it again, so I'm excited about that. I want this to fruit. I haven't tasted the fruit yet. It's like the lemon drop mangosteen, but the fruit is bigger. We're gonna see about this. Kind of reminds me of the Luke's Garcinia a lot. Just the fruit's not quite as big as the Luke's though. Garcinia gardneriana. That's that tree right there. Super triples, good stuff, dude. I've been using it for sure. That's some good rainwater right there. If I got desperate, I'd drink that. Gorgeous rainwater. I wish the chickens could find it. Gorgeous rainwater. This is an interesting little seedling. I don't know the parentage of it. I put it aside here because it looked different. It's hard to grow. I think I gave it some fertilizer, but I just fertilized this. You see how much fertilizer I put down? That was like a big handful. I don't think that was too much. Looks like a lot though. And then that actually has fruit on it. It's been fruiting for a while. This is one of the hybrids that I sell on eBay sometimes. I think it was called GR2 at one time. Nice leaf on that thing though. Look at that leaf, real thick. Makes a big old fruit. Okay, we're gonna take some cuttings off of these Grimals real quick. I'm gonna set my grafting box down. Oh, I got something to show y'all too. Check this out. I wanna show you what the magic of grafting can do. Oh, look at all the flowers on. That's Eugenia ligostrina. The biggest bloom I've seen on them yet, on the Eugenia ligostrina. Makes a real nice little fruit. They're real tasty. This one's doing more bloom. I just hit it with my head and pollen fell everywhere. Is that 2 trees, I wonder? Is it really just 2 seedlings planted together? It probably is. Looks like it is. If you shake it, pollen falls everywhere. Anyway. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. He's an honest, caring, peace-loving brother like me. This one's grafted from one of my trees that makes a nice big fruit. You're welcome. Little grafted Patanga. Oh, by the way, I grafted some. These are some sapodillas that I grafted that failed. 2 out of 5. Those ones are taking. So those ones look like they're good. Looks like I got about 5 to take. 2 out of 5. The others could fail, but who knows? Let's get some cuttings. Hat's about to fall off. You want to take the ones that are hitting the ceiling. Got a lot of action hitting the ceiling. Here's an Hold on, I gotta set you down. That's a big one. So you get a couple out of that. Now that tree's not hitting the ceiling anymore. Could take this one down. Sorry, the comments are scrolling everywhere all crazy. Hat's coming off. I better just take the hat off. We'll get some good cuttings out of these. Could make a couple out of that one easy. A couple out of that one easy. And just one out of that probably. Let's get some more. I did have creamer for the coffee today. I bought some from, I think I bought it from, I forget where I bought it from, but I did get creamer. Yes, indeed. I got my damn creamer. I did. And I had my coffee, so everything's gonna be all right. No whip, yeah, no whipped cream today. That was good though, it worked out. You know, I just forgot to add sugar though. I think I'm good on the Grimal scions for now. I remember. Always forget. Always remember to never forget. Pulling weeds now. Canopy POV. I'm getting good at this filming by myself without a real cameraman. Hell, I'm glad you could make it today. What up, Ryan Joe? I'm glad you could make it too. You made it. We made it. We made it to the promised land. Now I can see the camera and I can answer questions. I'm gonna wrap these cuttings up. I emailed the guy Ben here in STV, he never replied to so. That's the other thing, a lot of these people aren't gonna reply right now. Just like me, like the email, I usually don't reply. I just sell on eBay and like people have their set parameters for who and when they sell, and like it's just hard to keep up with everything. The demand has gotten out of all crazy. The demand has gotten crazy. So what are we gonna do? Everybody wants something and we can't get to them all. I think that's what he's experiencing, probably. A lot of the guys that sell rare fruit, people find out about it and then they blow them up. Then you turn into like a carcass that's been picked over. And you start to be like, dang dog, I don't know if I can answer all these questions anymore. All these emails are getting to me. It's just what happens when you got a small farmer that he probably doesn't have like a secretary per se. So it's probably just him. And he's just overwhelmed with the whole COVID demand going on. That's what I think. I should be reading the comments, but I'm paying more attention to these cuttings. You can see how I try to trim them up. Sometimes I think less is more, but I leave these little nubs on where I could have cut them off. Who knows if it's good or bad. These are some big cuttings. Big cuttings. You probably could clone them, yeah. Some people know how to do it. I'm not good at it, so I never try to root them. But people could root. You could root cuttings at it, yeah. Just got to be consistent, have good conditions. You could pull it off. I've never been able to. I've done it a couple times and then they die because I thought they were rooted and I put too much stress on them. But I got them to put roots out without any hormone or anything. I mean, you can do that. It is possible. You don't even need hormone. It just takes a long time if you're not doing it right. Conditions have to be just right. And I think you have to use the right hormones. Some kind of acid, I guess, right? You need acidic conditions to get them to root. If you don't have the acid, they're not gonna root. That's what I think. A lot of big cuttings. I'm almost done. A lot of cuttings on the ground that are being wasted. But what can we do? Can't graft them all, Kev. Nobody grafts them all. So nice run, Kev. Had to close out someday. Nobody wins them all. Remember that? So we start wrapping them from the bottom to the top. These are big. These get hard to graft, these big ones, but they'll fruit real quick. I've been meaning to graft some big Grimals. I got the cuttings. I've got the rootstocks. Keep this damn hat on. I feel naked, we're at it. I gotta take these walls down in the back of the greenhouse. We put plastic up on the back of this thing and I gotta take that down. Getting hot in here. Still, it's not too hot, but it's about to be there, boy. By mid-March, I bet you it'll be burning in here. Right now, it's about 85 degrees. It's not bad, but it's bright, it's very bright. I need shades. I got shades in my car. Should have worn them. Size on some of these is good. That's good size. That's an $8 cutting all day long. If I sell them like that, I get my $8 and just get out. Probably up to 10 now with inflation. Everything going up. If your food costs more, so does your rare plant. Everything go up, baby. Everything go up. Inflationary period is what I believe. Where it's just going to take more of your dollars to buy the same thing that you normally buy. You're going to see it with your food for sure. Of course, at the gas pump, you're going to see higher prices for everything. That's my belief. And now I could be wrong, but over the last year, it seems like prices have increased probably 20% for the plants. But that's not the same for everything else, but the prices go up. But then they go back down, I'm sure, one day, maybe. Just got to import enough from China, and then the price will go down. If we can just get a boat from Taiwan to here, then we can get those plants they got over there for $1 each instead of 20. You know what I mean? Don't you think? That's what I think. $22 viewers. Oh, I didn't realize we had that many of you here. Now see, this presents a problem. When you're going to grafting and you got a knot underneath like that, ooh, that's hard. You better just cut it off. Just get rid of it right now. You're not gonna cut through it. Cut that thing off. Yeah, I'd imagine prices have got to go up across the board. Don't you think? For stuff? Even your Tommy Hilfiger. Right? Right? So, beautiful day outside. The weather's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And it's the time to graft. I think I'm late. Man, I should have been grafting days ago. Oh, by the way, I used to give speeches all the time in Florida to the fruit clubs. You know, years ago. I think the last one I gave was in 2014. Has it been that long already? Like almost 7 years or something since I really gave a speech at a club, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I did one in between, but it seems like it's been a long time since I gave a speech. And now they've got this Zoom capability, and I forget the name of the club, but there's a club they're gonna pay me to do a speech in March, but it's on Zoom only. You'd have to be a member to get access to the speech, I guess. You'd have to be a member of the club. But he said I could get 5 people access to the speech on Zoom. The president or whoever the guy is that gets the speakers. He said I could get 5 people. So I might do like a posting on my Facebook and try to, I don't know, have like a raffle for the 5 people that I can have on or something. I don't even know. But there's 5 people that I can have as friends that aren't club members that can have access to the Zoom speech that is going on the last Wednesday of March, which is March the 31st. I'm gonna have an hour-long Zoom presentation with pictures and all, and it's gonna be a speech paid for by the club with your boy Adam getting his honorarium on. I would love to have access. Thanks, congratulations. Yeah, they used to always ask me all the time, but I think word got out that Adam's not speaking anymore. But Zoom caught up with me. I made a joke saying, if you can get me to do it on Zoom, I might do it. And the guy says, yeah, we do Zoom speeches. I was like, oh, damn, maybe I will do a speech. And I have to write it out. You see, it's not going to be a PowerPoint, I don't think. It's seriously just going to be pictures. There's just going to be pictures, and I'm going to have to talk over it. I'm going to have a file with pictures. I had all these data sticks, and they're gone. I don't know if I'm like paranoid. Somebody stole my data sticks. But I think I just misplaced my data sticks with all my old pictures. I've got to go through my computer and put together a relevant, lucid speech on the subject of planias. I think I'm going to just mainly talk about planias because, I could sit and talk about Eugenias, Rolenia, whatever, all this other stuff, the Garcinia. But if you took everything away and I just had to have one type of plant, I guess it would be the planias because I feel like I can make a difference. There's so many varieties of it. It's just a fun collectible fruit. It's not even that I really like to eat the fruit that much. I just like to grow the trees. They stay small. They gain value. It's a collector's item. It's like a Beanie Baby in the form of a tree. And they're always going to have a new sparkly one that you want. And so that's why I like it. It's just an obsessive thing where you just want to collect them. This all, how does a Rolenia compare to a Cherimoya? There's going to be people that hate the Rolenia compared to the Cherimoya, and probably not the other way around. But, I like the Cherimoyas. A lot of people are probably going to shift towards that Cherimoya. It's an easier eating fruit probably, but I like the Biriba personally more than a Cherimoya just because I can't get them as readily. And, Biriba is hard to find. It's got a nice flavor to it. But I don't think it's not going to change the world. Someone will probably grow them commercially one day from like Hawaii or Puerto Rico, and then you'll be able to get them at Whole Foods for like $30 a pound or something like that. I might buy one if they taste good and my tree's not fruiting. Oh, but I got a bunch of them that I got a bunch of Rolenia seedlings that I planted out from my tree. I got about 50 of them, and I just put them in 1 gallons. And they're going to be ready for sale hopefully in like a month or two. But I'm about to hit people up with the Biriba seedlings. I got a bunch of them from my good tree. It's a precocious, fruitful variety. I'm sure it's true to seed because the tree's isolated. There's nothing else here that's going to pollinate it. Here's the cuttings right here. Whoppers. Big uns. Those are big boys. Almost the size of a Sharpie, not quite. More like a pencil. So we'll put those in the grafting box. Close up the knife. Oh gosh. This is all the scraps. That's worth something to somebody. But me? Scraps, baby. We're not going to use it today. Let's make our way over to the other house where the rootstocks reside. Come with me. We're going to take this dog with us. He wants to play with his ball. The rootstocks are not too large. This is an interesting little tree that it made a white fruit. Okay, I think it's a seedling of a red that maybe reverted back to the white. And it's got these bunchy ass leaves, man. They're bunchy and weird. And it's got these tiny little flowers that look like they'd never amount to anything. These little tiny flowers. But it did make a fruit, and it was big, and it stayed white. It didn't turn red at all, and I ate it. It was really good. It's an interesting little tree here. We don't know what to think of it right now. Just wanted to show that off. It's always got dieback, always looking kind of funky. Thanks, brother. Farmer. Yes, thanks. Thank you very much. Very much. Thank you. Glad you appreciate it. This is a hybrid we called Mosey after my buddy Curtis Mosey. It's a Grimal red hybrid. It's got some fruit set. It's fruited before. It makes a nice big fruit. They start off real small, of course. And then this is the Kimber's hybrid over here, looking like it may have a decent crop. Best crop on it so far. I really want these to get good and purple before I harvest them, because I'm always forced to pick them early because of the critters try to steal them. All it takes is for one of them to chew into one of them, and then I start picking them early. But they're about 10 days away, maybe more, from being ready to pick. That one's got a big old swollen on the top there. And then this is this one tree that flower's all bunchy, and it looks like it set some fruit finally. It hasn't never set fruit before. Now it's trying. That's that mega cluster. I don't know if anything's gonna set in there, but it looks interesting. I've touched at it and nothing falls off. It's hard, like they set. Ah, I knocked one off. See me knocking them off. I think it could be some set in there, we'll see. Let me get to the grafting part. Hot, baby, hot. Come over this way, Rex. Come on. All right, we got everything going on in here now. This greenhouse is just somehow more peaceful than the other. It's that damn fan that I need to get fixed. Okay, here we are. There's some nice sized rootstocks over here I can fiddle with. Let's see if I can get the lighting just right. Oh, this is a graft of that bunchy tree I just showed you. The one that makes a green fruit. Keeping that tree. You see how it grows all weird and bunched up like. Been meaning to put some poison down. Look at all these weeds I gotta pull out of here. Okay. The red llama. It's a good fruit. It was hard for me to keep it happy all the time. I did finally get some fruit set. As soon as I went to sell it, I got some fruit to set. Let's start out big, baby. This one is so light too. This is a dry tree. It's very dry. Guess I should clean my utensils, huh? Here's the part where my phone falls. Yeah, I should be getting that fertilizer in the mail today. Super Triple, organic Super Triple from Kelp for Less. It's very nasty to breathe it in though. When you're putting that stuff down, you better be careful. If you're in a closed area, it's just very dusty. And if you breathe it in, it hurts. I breathed it in and it hurt for 2 days. So I'm sure that set me back. Probably took a good year off of my life. That's all right, I did that for you. Now, when your knife isn't sharp for these, that's a pain in the ass. Let's start out with a big one here. Trick is, don't try to cut it all at once, just do little bits. I don't know how this cut's gonna turn out. Let's see. This tree is so dry, I'll tell you what. That could work, but I gotta wrap it tight. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks good. What's up, Maine? What up, William? I can read the comments. It's not too bright today. This tree is very dry, so I'm definitely gonna have to water this by hand after grafting. And watch how tight. I'm gonna have to use a lot of tape on this because I want to make sure it's wrapped real tight. This is a big piece of hardwood, and I'm not scared to wrap real tight and wind that tape up like a wire. So I'm gonna use multiple pieces around it and just go as tight as I can without breaking the tape. And just keep wrapping tight. I keep breaking the tape, that's because I'm pulling as tight as I can. One more piece might do it. That may be good as it is, but I'm gonna put one more because it's never too tight with these big ones and this buddy tape like that, because it just doesn't let you pull too tight with the buddy tape. I usually label the stuff, but I'm not gonna label these. I know what they are. Grimal. Oh, I'm gonna put it over here where I can water it. These are much wetter. These trees are much more saturated and feel nice and good. They're happy. Messed it up a little bit there. I gotta keep working my way up. That may do it there. Let's see. I think it'll work. It'll work. Wrap it tight, wrap it tight. I like that kink. I like that kink in the stem, man. That's legit. That's the one you plant by the house, right? That one is right by the house. It grows out like that. Put your house here, tree here, whoop, telling you. This one's meant to be planted next to something. To be honest, it'll straighten right out if you want it to. You just, the next time you plant it, you go whoop. Or you can go like that. You'll never notice that bend. Watch, I get $20 less because it's at a slant. That's fine. I'm gonna graft them all at a slant now because of that. I don't care. That's fine. They're all gonna be grafted like that now because you said that. honest, it's harder to do this when I'm showing somebody, but if I'm not showing, I'm trying to do it so the camera can see, which makes my job a little more difficult. So all my grafts don't take because I keep trying to show people how to do it. That's my excuse I'm using. I should be answering your questions, huh? I can read the comments. I'm looking. I won't forsake you. Any questions? Comments? I'm going through this buddy tape. I'm gonna need another roll. I've got some in the house. I got one more roll at least, maybe two. Looks good to me. Done dealio. There's a nice big rootstock here. Grimal work well as a what? Rootstock? I think it would. I think it would, yeah. I think Grimal would be a good rootstock, but who wants to sacrifice a Grimal? You know what I mean? That's the problem is, don't nobody want to sacrifice a Grimal for that rootstock, so I think it would be a good rootstock though, because they put down this big long tap root, and they handle the drought real well. They handle the city water really well. I imagine the Grimal would be a great rootstock. I would think it would be. But we're gonna need some young buck like you to test it out. Now that is straight like a tiger. I don't even need tape for that. I don't even need to wrap it. I just leave it like that. It's done. That one was good. But that one where came in together like real tight. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. Who's that baby boy? Come here. Come here, son. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. I like it when he comes over here and hangs out with me. That's a good one. These don't take long to push either. The Grimals have a real high rate of success. They're just really good at taking. They always did well for me when I graft them. I usually get a very high success rate on the Grimals. Yeah, they're always out. Chickens are always out, man. They're always out. I just feel bad leaving them in the coops, and I put them in the greenhouse because there's some of them that I can't let out of the coop, or else the other ones will beat up on them. So I got some that I put into the greenhouse, and luckily they haven't been eating the fruit too much, but I imagine one day that might change. Tell you what, Thursday's the new Friday. You can find me at the club. Oh, I knocked a little bit. a good one there. We're stacking these Grimals, baby. Any livestock? Nah, I don't have any livestock. I just don't want the vet bills, you know, and like to look a goat in his eye when you have to kill it. It's different with a chicken, I guess, a little bit, because it's like their metabolism is so fast. They're sick one day and dead the next, and it's a lot quicker with a chicken. Maybe that's a bad thing, but it's something about seeing a big ass animal die. A chicken is graceful. When a chicken dies, it just goes off in the corner and it stinks for a couple days after it dies. Something eats it. But you got a goat or like a freaking cow or a horse that dies, that's a cleanup. And I just can't deal with that. I just can't do it. But I love those animals. I wish I could have them, but then I would do something wrong and something would mess with it. I like goats though. I was thinking about goats just because they're so funny. They're cute little critters. You gotta like a goat. They're like a dog, like a deformed dog. Or maybe the dog is deformed and the goat's normal. Big 30, is that a big 20? Nah, we got 30 viewers. I'm gonna do the 30 viewer dance. Oh, we got 30 viewers. That's what I'm talking about. That's how I get paid the big bucks. The algorithms is like, hold up. He got 30 viewers. Let's recommend him to these other people. As long as he keeps a good, clean profile and doesn't act too wild, we'll recommend him. This whole Jaboticaba grafting thing's getting real popular. It's going to be bigger than hula hoops, all right? Bigger than roses. Everybody's grafting them. They were grafting them before me, but they just didn't have that Elvis swing to it. They didn't know how to throw that scion around. You know what I mean? They was grafting them, but they just didn't know why. They didn't know why or what to graft. And I had to come and tell them to set it straight, set the record straight. You know what I mean? That dance deserves a look. All right, you guys got me stepping it up a little bit. Y'all got me stepping it up a little bit. Wait, I did it. You saw that? I did it. I used to do it with that. I could do it with this. Kinda. The knife is the funnest though. Oh, I dropped it. I'm about to clean it. I used to be good at it. Yeah, when you go. This is as exciting as it gets when you're grafting. Spinning knives. Spinning knives. Lamau. Lamau. Okay. See, these scions I'm using are bigger than rootstock. I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely a little bigger, wouldn't you say? That doesn't mean anything. You just graft it like normal. Just forget it. Just because the scion is bigger doesn't mean anything. It just means that they're gonna fit. Oh, I did it in 2 cuts, just about right there. Ooh, 2 cut. Tommy 2 cut. The feed got cut on Tommy 2 cut. Tommy 2 cut. He does the graft in 2 cuts and they cut the feed. They cut. Control switchboard team said, hold up, cut this dude off. He's having too much fun. It's magical. They got a command center. And they got these people that watch. And then you get too real and you're having that magical moment, they gotta cut you. Come moments for themselves. This one's real dry too. Woo, I almost cut the knife off. This knife is pretty sharp still, I'll tell you what. I'm not having... Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. This one is so dry right here. And so is one of the others. Super dry. Yes, I'm going to hand water afterwards. I might even film that whole ordeal. I should hand water in here for sure. Big downfall, not watering your graft, letting it dry out in that root. I'm trying to keep the rootstock real small so I can ship it. You know, it's like a catch-22 where you want the biggest plant possible in the smallest pot so you can ship it still, but you run the risk of have a balance going on here. You know what I mean? Okay. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, to the last few. This is an ugly rootstock here. It's got this branch at the bottom. I gotta get off here. Got it. I like to do a grafting video where I have like an operating table and a nurse, and I'm like, please hand me the grafting knife, the scalpel, forceps. Beep, 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 beep. The patient has been decapitated. Let's go ahead and see if we can do a head transplant on this guy. All my utensils are clean, pretty much. I've cleaned them since the last couple patients. Hope the patient doesn't sue me because of dirty conditions. You're supposed to clean your utensils every couple patients, just so you don't get someone sick, you hear? Yeah, Thursday. Tonight, yes. I gotta put up stuff tonight. Yep, I'm gonna put it up tonight, baby. Yes, sir. What I'm gonna have, exactly. I wish I had something grafted. I've got a Rosa de Piscoco, the long neck pink Petrantha variety, RDP. I got one of them, but it's just not looking good enough to sell. It needs another 3 weeks almost. So we'll see. I don't really have much grafted to sell this week, I don't think. But I always got to go back and just make sure there's nothing I missed. I may have something. I don't think so. I don't see anything grafted that I can sell right now. It's gonna be a couple weeks, at least. Okay. Okay. These are all real dry. Let's do that one down real low. Get low. I got 4 more cuttings left after this. That's what you call professionalism. That's what you call professionalism. It's gonna take you a while to get it down like that. That took me a good little while to get it like that. Magic mode. Sweeter than. Use like this. It's a little bit hot over here, but we got to make it work. Okay, some more to do here. I might have to switch my positioning here because the feed keeps cutting out. I'm not sure why. I think a little bit further down this way might help me out. These are some reds that I did the other week. Some nice sized red Jaboticabas. Let's see if that works. I can't read the comments, but maybe you can see. I wedged the phone in between the greenhouse plastic and one of the panels. But let's see, you get the bird's eye view. Fudge! I can't show you what I'm doing. Yeah, this knife is still good and sharp. Tell you what. It sure is. See, now I'm cutting angry where I'm doing everything in 2 cuts. That's when you get angry. I'm a little angry because of the whole feed situation. But I mean, I guess it just makes me graft that much faster. I got y'all wedged up. It's so bright, I'm burning. 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 He's burning, y'all. That one got blended in with the reds. Okay, 3 more. This looks like an Annona from the other day. This is one of the Annona that didn't get grafted. That's an Annona that fell in the box. 2 more. Probably can't see what I'm doing at all. There's a weird one. Ugh. We're down to the last cut here, baby. Wants a little. Let's see who's getting in. This sucker's so dry, man. I'm gonna graft onto that. We tried. The feed's given out. I grafted, took care of some chores. 19 likes, 19 viewers.